Hello everybody, Mark with Midnight Snack Movies and Music, back with you again today for a new video. Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a little while since I've been on the channel here. Today, we're at the movie theater, getting ready to go see the new film from Ryan Coogler called Sinners. This has been the talk of film social media as of late, and I haven't seen it yet. And it's been kind of a while since it came out, a week or maybe even 2 weeks at this point. But I've been just in a funk lately when it comes to, watching movies just in general. I've only watched 7 movies in the past 3 months, which is insanity. It's gotta be one of the worst ruts of my life in terms of, just watching movies. And I haven't been motivated to watch anything lately, and I'm really looking for something that will help me fall back in love with film again and really relight that spark and get me to watch some more movies this month. So I've heard great things about Sinners. Like I said, it's been the talk of social media since it came out, and lots of praise for this one. I think it's got like a 4.2 on Letterboxd. I'm feeling like it's in the 80-90% range on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty confident that it's pretty high up there. So I've heard nothing but incredible things about Ryan Coogler's direction. Michael B. Jordan with a dual performance in this movie where he plays his character and a twin brother, which I think is going to be very interesting. I've heard that there's a lot of steamy sex scenes in this movie, so vampires. There's a lot about African-American culture and blues music, so sign me up. Absolutely. I have no idea why it took me so fucking long to get to the theater to see this one, but I'm fingers crossed I'm going to really enjoy this thing. So I'm excited to head in there and check it out. So I will see you guys in a couple hours for me and a couple seconds for you, and give you my thoughts on Sinners.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, back home from seeing Sinners at the theater. Didn't film in the car because it's dark outside and I don't have a lighting system at the moment in the car. So my thoughts on the film: I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic, a great horror flick. It felt like it was taking inspiration from a lot of films, From Dusk Till Dawn in particular, which is probably my favorite vampire film. I haven't really seen a ton of vampire films, but I do really love that one. And it captured a lot of the great elements from that movie, but it is definitely its own thing. It blends, Southern Gothic horror with some really good storytelling about the African-American experience in the South in the 1930s. And I thought it weaved that into the story very well. There's a scene towards the middle of the movie that I will not spoil for you, but it does involve music, and I thought that scene was the best scene in the whole movie. It really felt like something completely original, unique, very creative, and I thought it told basically the whole story in one scene. And I was incredibly impressed with that part of the film especially, but it does the horror element very well. Also, there are some scenes in here that reminded me of The Thing from John Carpenter, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And the package, just in general, of this film, there are elements, like I said, that feel like they've been taken from other movies and expanded upon, but the overall package of this is perfection. I loved it. In terms of the sexual element and the sexuality in the film, I honestly felt like it was a little bit overblown on social media. There are definitely some very erotic scenes in the film, but I would not call this an erotic horror at all. But there are definitely some elements of that. But I've seen way more intense stuff in that realm. So, I think the internet is having fun with that element of the film, but I think that's just a touch overblown. But sexuality definitely plays a role in this story. The use of blues music I loved. I think it added so much to the film, and it really played off of the mythology behind blues music, being associated with the devil and kind of other, occult elements, and I thought that was executed phenomenally. I just really enjoyed this film. This is the type of film I really needed to see at the moment to get me really kind of fired up about movies again. Like there were some scenes here that gave me chills, reminded me how much I love this art form. And to see this movie getting the kind of financial success that it is, I'm very happy for that, because I think this is a phenomenal director in Ryan Coogler. I've seen a lot of his movies before and really enjoyed them, but most of his movies are kind of more, mainstream. He did, of course, Black Panther is what he's most known for. I think he did the Creed movies, if I'm recalling correctly. If I'm thinking of the right person, I hope I am. But yeah, his movies are kind of more of the mainstream popcorn flick, and this, you really got to see him flex his artistic muscles, and I really did appreciate that a lot. You really felt like you were in the hands of a director who knew what he was doing and knew how to execute it, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna give Sinners a 4 out of 5. There are some things that kind of hold it back just a little bit for me. Not a perfect movie necessarily, but it is a phenomenal film, and probably the best movie I've seen of 2025 thus far. I haven't seen very many 2025 releases yet, but this is definitely my favorite. So go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if you've seen Sinners. I know it's been out for a while, what your guys' thoughts on the film are. I really enjoyed it, like I said many times. So stay tuned in the future on the channel. I hope to get more movie related stuff out in the near future, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Catch you later.